Have you ever finally achieved something you desperately wanted? A certain amount of money, a relationship, a physical milestone, only to realize the satisfaction lasted about 5 minutes? Almost immediately, a familiar, hollow feeling returns, and a voice whispers, "Okay, what's next?" If you feel like you are running on an endless treadmill, constantly chasing a destination that never arrives, you are not just experiencing ambition, you are caught in a very specific energetic snare. Today, we are looking at the spiritual body chart, and we are unpacking a massive interference called the lower desire matrix trap. In this episode, we are going to explore how your highest spiritual energy gets hijacked by base earthly illusions. We will look at how this matrix secretly runs your life, the dangerous spiritual trap of confusing abundance with enslavement, and the exact frequency shift required to finally break free. Welcome back to the BodyMaitre podcast. I am Darreck. On this channel, we explore the deep energetic layers of the 4 bodies. We use Pendulum Dowsing to help you identify and remove the invisible blocks holding you back from your true nature. Let's dive in. The lower desire matrix trap is a profound block located within the spiritual body chart. Unlike mental or emotional blocks, this is a crisis of the soul. The lower desire matrix is essentially the collective low vibrational frequency of the physical world. It is the obsession with status, constant consumption, ego validation, and fear. You fall into this trap when your soul forgets its divine origin and begins to identify entirely with the physical avatar. How does this trap hijack your energy? Your spiritual body is meant to be a conduit for divine, limitless life force. But when this matrix pattern is active, that pure energy is siphoned off to feed endless, unquenchable physical cravings. It is like using a supercomputer to play a game of Pong. Your high-frequency spiritual energy is downgraded to power an endless loop of craving and temporary satisfaction. This spiritual disconnection causes severe mental anxiety, emotional emptiness, and physical burnout. Let's look at 2 real-life examples. Example 1 is internal, the never enough void. Imagine someone who is highly successful by society's standards, but internally they are tormented by a feeling of emptiness. The moment they hit a goal, the joy evaporates. They try to fill this spiritual void with lower matrix desires, shopping, doom scrolling, overworking, or addictive habits. They are trying to solve a spiritual problem with a physical solution. The matrix keeps them hooked on the chase, so they never stop to realize their soul is starving. Example 2 is external, the spiritual bypasser. Take someone who is obsessed with manifesting, but only uses it to acquire shiny objects, win the lottery, or control people. Externally, they look spiritual, but they are actually trapped in the lower desire matrix. They have just dressed up their ego's craving for power in spiritual clothing. In the BodyMaitre system, we find the lower desire matrix trap located in the deepest layers of the spiritual body charts. When we douse and the pendulum swings to this specific element, it is a massive intervention from your higher self. It is your soul saying, "Stop." You are pouring your divine energy into a bottomless pit. Identifying this on the chart helps you realize that your exhaustion isn't a lack of effort. It's a misdirection of your spiritual life force. There is a critical rule in BodyMaitre when we are dealing with a block of this magnitude. When your pendulum identifies the lower desire matrix trap, the investigation does not stop there. This specific trap is rarely a standalone issue. It acts like a massive umbrella. If you find this pattern, you must always check what other energies, patterns, and causes are nested beneath it or associated with it. Why? Because the matrix trap is the overarching spiritual disconnection. But we need to know exactly how that disconnection is manifesting within your 4 bodies consciousness. We have to ask the pendulum, what is the root cause anchoring this trap? Is it anchored by a heavy emotional pattern? Is it tied to a limiting mental belief? Or is it causing a physical weakness? By dowsing for these associated nested energies, you map out the entire spider web of the block. You don't just see the spiritual illusion. You see exactly how it is keeping you sick, tired, or stuck in your daily life. Only when you identify these nested root causes can you completely dismantle the trap. Before we clear this block, we must address a major misunderstanding. Escaping the lower desire matrix does not mean you have to take a vow of poverty or stop enjoying the physical world. The trap is not the money, the beautiful home, or the physical pleasure. The trap is your attachment to them. It is the false belief that these things provide your core identity. If you watch the Manifestation series, you learn the concept of the Logout Key. You can play the video game of life. You can gather the coins and level up. But you must remember that you are the player holding the controller, not the pixels on the screen. When you are in the matrix trap, the game plays you. When you are free, you play the game with joy, knowing none of it defines your true soul. We fall into this matrix because we lose our internal compass. Therefore, the very first foundational shift we make in BodyMaitre is anchoring a frequency called spiritual discernment. Spiritual discernment is the ability to pause and feel the energetic signature behind a desire. When an urge arises, discernment asks, is this a craving of the ego trying to look important? Or is this a genuine calling of the soul? Ego desires feel frantic, urgent, and heavy with fear. Soul desires feel expansive, peaceful, and inspired. When you activate spiritual discernment, you reclaim your power to choose where your divine energy goes. Once discernment is in place, we must anchor the ultimate positive consciousness. The direct energetic opposite of the lower desire matrix trap is a state of soul-led liberation. This is the ultimate freedom. Moving from the matrix to liberation means your energy is no longer being siphoned by external illusions. You unplug. You no longer need the world to validate you, entertain you, or save you, because you are deeply connected to the infinite source within. When you operate from soul-led liberation, you still live in the world, but you are not of it. You can manifest incredible abundance, but you are not chained to it. Your actions are no longer driven by the frantic hunger of never enough, but by the peaceful, joyful expression of your true soul's purpose. Remember, the lower desire matrix is a treadmill, designed to keep you exhausted and spiritually asleep. By cultivating discernment and choosing liberation, you take your power back from the illusion. I want you to look at your goals right now. Are you chasing them from a place of egoic hunger, or are they a true expression of your soul? If this episode woke something up inside you, please hit the like button and subscribe. Until then, practice discernment, remember who you truly are, and I'll see you in the next video.